to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Every day in America, suicides among the American military number at least 22 per day. This is far too many, but this number is a baseline. It is probably far greater, sadly. In conjunction with the movie The Keeper, which highlights a veteran who is suffering from PTSD and is contemplating ending his life, but decides not to do so and gets better. We want to help people remember and have in front of them the information that they need to highlight this tragedy and to hopefully reach out and help someone who is struggling in the same way as some of those were on the name tapes that our character carried throughout the movie The Keeper. So for 22 days, the Southern Fried Podcast is going to keep a sad number. We're going to keep a running tally using the baseline number 22, starting on September 2nd. And each day that we're on the air, we'll give the updated numbers. We want to highlight this not to promote a number, but to make a difference. There may be someone you know you need to reach out to, listen to, get the information to them. There's not a one-size-fits-all, but we need to let our veterans know that we care, we want to help, and that there's resources for them. The Southern Fried Podcast is committed to do their part to bring this number down. 1 is too many. 22 is an atrocity.
Good evening, everybody.
And hello.
You made it.
We made it. We made it. And it's Monday. We conquered it. I had a great time this morning. I got sleepy this afternoon. I was really in the wind, getting some things done. I was just sitting here almost every time I hear that intro, I'm almost speechless. I just don't know what to say. You know, it hits really hard every time I hear that. So I was thinking while at the very end, you know, I mentioned this morning that The Keeper won another movie award in Statesboro, North Carolina, and I love following George Eshelman. Man, he's just awesome. He goes around and he took a picture today of a beautiful motorcycle, and he's not he's not active all day long, but what he does post is usually pretty cool. And so I'm usually sending him some kind of message every day, and it's pretty cool. So congratulations to the you know, and I mean I say congratulations not because of subject matter, but congratulations that this movie is getting the attention put on the subject matter. And he would say the same thing, I'm sure, that, you know, these film festivals and everything, it's all part of that. I mean, it's a lot of work. He talked about that, you know, in our interview, the work that goes into making a movie. And once you've got it made, that's just the first part. Then there's all, you know, and that's a lot. Casting, the script, all that. But then to have you go and market this thing all around the country, and I imagine he stays quite busy with that. I'm still honored, deeply honored, Rob, that he came on our podcast, and always will be. he didn't have to do that. Um, but he took the time, and he gave us a lot of time, and you talked to him a lot leading up to that. So what a blessing! What
Yeah,
a blessing!
it really is. Well,
So it's Monday. It's Mama said, and remember, this is we're gonna be doing a couple of different things tonight. Rob's gonna, he had an anniversary
yeah,
and took a little trip, and going to talk a little bit about that, not too in depth because we're going to make a program out of that for our
yeah,
Main Street USA, which I think is awesome. But we're going to talk about dining etiquette tonight. We're going to find out just how backwood we are.
yeah. Okay.
Or,
Oh,
there is a this has been kind of stuck in the back of my memory banks for a long time, and I remember someone, I can't say who, but someone said something one time in a, I think it was around a dinner, and their comment, which I'll give, and then we'll switch gears because that's going to be the second part of the show. They said we might have been poor, but our mama taught us how to eat. And I said, I was thinking, was that a shot at me? you know,
God, it
so
was.
we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk about it a little bit because you know,
Well,
I think
yeah,
that's I learned some stuff in looking at just this and not diving in too deep. We're gonna have some fun with it. There's no doubt we're gonna have some fun with it, and we'll
oh yeah,
because I'm sure that we all break some sort of a dining etiquette rule. I'm sure of it.
oh,
If
not
you
me.
don't, God bless you. You,
God bless
I'm
you.
not in your league.
That's right.
But we'll talk about that. And I do want to pinpoint the one thing that was pointed out, and ever since then I don't care. I'm not a grammar police. I'm not a food eating police. Yeah, there's some things that everybody has a pet peeve about, and we'll talk about that. And those that come in the chat, you can give us yours
Yes,
in the second part of the
feel free
show.
to
So,
jump in.
but
If y'all come in on
we're going to have
chat,
some fun with it. So this is not a hoity-toity type of program, and we'll give due respect, as I think there's some rules that most people try to follow, but some of them, I mean, come on, like I don't really care. So I'll just say, what's the old saying, Rob? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. If I
yes.
come to your house, Rob, if I come to your house, whatever the rules of the house are for your house, that's what I'm doing because that's
Well,
respect.
yeah.
But
And see,
but
when
if,
you come
if
to
if
my
I'm
house,
out if I'm out at the local chain restaurant, I'm going to do as my rules are.
well, you if you come to my
Except,
house to eat, okay. Number one, we're breaking out the fine china. That'll be paper plates because
you know,
when
I had to
you
wash
come by to
dishes.
visit, we want to visit, not wash dishes. And we'll
Yeah.
break out the paper plates and the plastic silverware and all that kind of stuff, and
See,
we'll
see,
drink
see
out of
we've already.
plastic cups. Or if I've got a dishwasher. It don't take that long to throw dishes in the dishwasher. I'll do that sometimes. But you know what? If you want to pick it up with your fingers, pick it up with your fingers. If you want to stab it with a knife and eat it off the knife, stab it with a knife
Well,
and eat it off a knife.
we're gonna talk about all that. We're gonna talk about
Okay,
all
we
that.
got this.
Absolutely, we got it. We
Oh, yeah.
got it.
But
We
you
we we
can't
gonna
make yourself at home in my house. You can't make yourself at home anywhere.
we're gonna we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna bring it on home, and we're gonna keep it in between the ditches.
Okay, maybe.
So, how'd your Monday go?
Monday went good. We're a little sicky around here. We got a bad case of goldenrod poisoning going around. Ugh.
That don't even sound good, goldenrod. What is that? That sounds like you made a trip to Pharaoh with Moses and
Look, look,
the goldenrod.
There's goldenrod here. There's goldenrod there, and it's out in force here now, and it's about to kill us.
Goldenrod. Sound like a
Goldenrod
commercial.
poisoning, poisoning.
Goldenrod. goldenrod poisoning. That sounds like one of those after
Yeah.
school specials.
Uh,
Beware of goldenrod poisoning. Join us as we
my poor
watch.
wife. My poor wife. Her face was swelled up. There. Oh my gosh, it's been bad, dude. But we are surviving.
You're a survivor. Surviving.
Yeah. Yes.
You are the
But
champions.
last Friday we made us a ride over to Thomasville, Georgia, on our anniversary,
How
and
far
we
is that
have to
away from
talk
you
like
as far as
this.
time or
We have
distance?
to
How far is that away from you?
about an hour and a half. But when we
Oh, okay.
talk about Thomasville, we must use our correct Southern voice. Do not, we speak with distinction when we talk about Thomasville. We do not garble our words. Okay?
And why?
Because Thomasville is a bit hoity toity.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, Thomas. Oh, it's a beautiful town, dude. It is absolutely beautiful. And it's right in the heart of Georgia, South Georgia. It was a very, very popular area back in the late 1800s for people up north to come down, and they would spend their winters there. And they would and Thomasville just welcomed them all in, you know, because that was a big influx of capital for them, of money. And so they would come in and they would schedule all their big social events and balls and stuff like that over the winter for when the Northerners came down to Thomasville.
Oh, hold on, right there. Just stop right there, because this is great. This is great. So this time frame you're talking about, what time frame are we talking about? Where these Yankees were coming down and bringing their
Late
influx of
1800s.
cash?
Late
Late
1800s.
1800s. Yeah, after they came down and stole it all. After they came down and just annihilated the South and took all those riches back. We mean we got back some of it? Oh yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I had the story straight here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
we
had
had
to put
to.
on we had to bend over and put on all airs for them because they took all of our money and then came back and graced us with with their little fingers up in the air. They drank their little teacups. Poor little folks down there. That's what I got to say on it. I just want to
You
make
gonna
sure I
let
was
me
correct
tell my
on
story, Pepper?
it. No, we must make sure we've got the accuracy on this. So that's what I was hearing
Look,
is that everybody in the
okay.
town had to, everybody in the town had to act different while they came down, and if they
No, no,
didn't,
no, no. That wasn't
the town couldn't have survived, without their money coming down. Is
I
that the
know.
way it is today? I mean, it's kind of like is that Washington today? Like they want to run roughshod over us here in the South, and if you don't play ball, then you don't get money. Oh, do they do that? Like you don't get
Yeah,
road money, which is our tax money. You don't get. I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm on a rant, but it makes me mad. This whole
Okay.
thing just gets me fired up,
Well, this is a very beautiful home. It's still
and
standing.
I'd love to see it. Pre
Would you love to
pre
see
war
it?
between the states. No. I got to ask questions. Pre war
Okay.
between the states. It was built.
Yeah, and I want to give a little bit of history on the guy that built it. Okay. The guy that built it was Charles Lapham, or had it built. He didn't actually build it, he had it built. Um, he was a survivor of the Great Fire in Chicago, where Chicago almost burnt down completely. He had a lot of damage to his lungs. He did end up surviving that. He felt that the piney woods of southwest Georgia invigorated him. So he bought some property, and beginning in November of 1884 and completing on December 5th, 1885, he built this house, or had this house built. So I'm going to throw this picture up there and let y'all see it there. Check that out. Now, this is a 3-story house. Uh, if you'll notice, the third story roof there is actually shaped like a firefighter's helmet that they wore back in. and that was intentional. So the scallop designs here on the front, around the doors and stuff. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me see if I can pull it in a little bit more. But you can see these scallop designs here. All this was done by hand and pieced in. You know, that's a lot of detail, a lot of work. Um, but just to give you an idea of where we're at today versus then, this entire house was built for $4,500, which was a fortune then, not so much now. Uh, I would like to get one picture of the inside up before we get off this. Where did it go? I downloaded all these and now they're disappearing. What is going on with my... That's not what I want. I got to find it, Dave. I'm glad that picture's still staying up there because y'all don't want to see it. I don't want to give away all my secrets here. Yes, let's do that one. Boom. Okay, now we're back up, and now I can come down here and find the one that I wanted. This one. All right, this one right here, this picture here is just inside the door going in. Now, this house was built out of heart pine, aka lightered pine. This thing could go up like a tinder box. This guy was afraid of fire, but the entire house, except for this banister section right here, is heart pine. This section here is black walnut. But look at the flooring. Every parts of the floor have different designs in them. The whole 9 yards, the slats on the walls. This is all done by hand, and I can't imagine the amount of work that was involved in this. This is one of the big double doors that open up inside the place. It is awesome, Dave. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a whole thing of craftsmanship there, dude. It is awesome. And I'll go further into it on our thing. And I've got a ton of pictures and I got a ton of history on it. And it's actually in the shape of a horseshoe. All the ground floors have doors going out, windows going out. None of the doors and windows line up right because they want to make it feel like you were outside. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes in with that. So, yeehaw.
Yeah. Be a show on Main Street USA as we visit places. We do programs on those. That'll be another one for that, and
Yes.
that'll be a recorded program most likely, and we'll get that posted up. It's something that you can we'll take through step by step and talk about many parts of that with pictures.
Yes, there's a whole bunch there. I didn't realize what I was getting into when I walked into it. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of history and there's a lot to do with that.
And what's the name of it again?
The Lapham Patterson House. Here. Why don't I do this? Where's it at? There it is.
Okay.
But there again, they've got I think that third story roof is neat with the shape of the helmet. And also, this pattern here, right in the middle, was designed and put up there and placed so when the sun came down at the right angle, on the floor of the third floor, it would have by the sunlight coming through the thing, it would make the like a bull face on the floor,
Make a what?
the face of a bull,
Of a
cow
bull.
with horns. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah, they when you talk about the War of the States, they took a lot of money away. But on projects like this and over in Thomasville especially, they got a lot of it back from doing projects like this. And yeah, they probably had their finger up. And it's probably why they're a little bit more hoity-toity to this day. But yeah, they didn't come over here to south this part of Southwest Georgia because yeah, they'd have got shot. I believe. I don't know. Just saying.
Well, where they went was determined on what they could destroy of value and or steal. Let's be honest. So was it something that could continue the war effort? And there were instances where some towns were spared due to or structures due to Masonic Lodge connections.
Yeah. Yes.
That's fact. So there's a lot to that, of course, but the overall swath so deep south, they didn't go the main thrust. They didn't go that deep. Of course, they went over towards Savannah or to Savannah.
Yeah. They probably didn't want to come back over this way here. There wasn't nothing for them to take. What are they going to do? Take a bunch of peanuts, corn, cotton.
Well, they were looking for things that could help the military and factories, gunpowder, weapons, cannon, whatever. Even places that could make uniforms where they would destroy all that, burn it. Something could sell cotton, late war especially.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that's the Lapham Patterson house that we're gonna talk on it tonight. All right.
Was that all you did? I mean, like you just went to a house. I mean, you didn't do nothing else. I mean, it was your anniversary, man. You didn't go eat or something. I mean, come on, man.
We went and ate that morning. We did some running around. We ran over there, and to be perfectly honest, it was wet and nasty. We made a few other stops while we were there, but it got down late, just later in the day, and we were like, it's rainy, it's nasty. And Jenny was like, I want to go home. Can we go home now? I want to go home. Can we go home? I was like, okay, yeah, we can go home. We'll do whatever you want to do. So we came home.
We got you, Tar Man. Yeah, thank you for listening. You're good. You're good.
Hey, he's here.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes, we do. But hey, if the wife wants to go home, they came down through here against Taylor's Ridge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's talking about.
Yeah, I have nothing nice to say about it. I'm going to apologize for it.
Huh?
I said I have nothing nice to say about that incursion.
Yeah. We just don't want another
our Southland.
We don't want another incursion down here to the Southland.
Well, you already have it.
Yeah, in some ways.
No, you have it coming from the other direction.
Yeah.
It's, with many more, maybe not as a military units, but think about it, man. We're being invaded from the other direction now.
Yeah, and no one seems to worry about that. Especially the people up there, a lot of them people up there in Washington. Now the people over in Texas seem to be worried about it.
Well, sure, it's impacting them and some of the other states over there. I mean, go and look at some of those cities they've carved out just of open areas and built up. I mean, massive because of somewhere to put them. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big deal, but it's an invasion.
And why are we? We can stop this. We have the technology. It's not okay. How did Europeans? They taught us how to do this. How do you defend your home, your castle? You put a wall and a moat around it.
Castle doctrine. But
No,
that's where we're
no,
at,
that's
brother.
but I'm racist for
Uh,
saying that probably.
yes, sir, Tarman. Yes, sir.
Um,
A lot of people don't know there was now not war between the states, but there was also a prison camp in Fort Oglethorpe housing German soldiers.
huh,
A
I
lot
didn't
of
know
people
that.
didn't know. A lot
Good
of
old
history, man.
Fort Oglethorpe.
A lot of history. 6th Cavalry, baby. 6th
Yeah.
Cavalry. Well, I was down there for Labor Day at the Post.
Oh yeah.
I met a
Uh,
lady who I met a lady while I was there. She lived there, but she grew up there. When she was a kid, and her daddy worked for the Park Service, so that's how come she was living there. She grew up there. They don't live there now, but she said I grew up here. Pretty cool stuff.
yes. All right. So we've got Thomasville. I'm trying to think of the other hoity-toity areas that we have down here in South Georgia. Thomasville was the most, I think, is the most hoity-toity type area. There is really nothing else. Do you get over towards Savannah? Really? I mean, we've got Albany. We've got some bigger towns, Bainbridge, Cordele, not that big. Uh, Valdosta, but they're not like Thomasville till you get over towards Sylvester. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's say we take a quick break, show a couple of our commercials, and we'll reset, and we're gonna find out if Robert knows how to eat.
I got a big old belly right here that says I know how to eat. We put it out
Military
there.
barracks
Yes.
in the park for a moment. Cool.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Didn't. By the way, Tar Man, I believe, and I'm not for sure if that's the same one or it may be a part of the same family. My Confederate ancestors' granddaughter, one of them married a Stevenson. I'm almost certain of that, but I don't know. It's not. I don't think that's the same one, but it could be in the family because there's all big families.
Yes.
Interesting though. I'd like to explore that. In fact, one of them, uh, one of the sisters lived up there, or of the two daughters, granddaughters. They lived up there. She lived up there right at the end of 95 across 151 up in there somewhere. Okay, I'm sure there's a connection. I'm sure of that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hit us a commercial or two if you'll keep them rolling. I'm out of coffee. Are you out of coffee? Oh, you got your K cup.
You don't know what I got, brother. All you see is a cup.
I bet you got your K cup fired up, ready to go. I got you. It's okay. You can do it.
I
It's
got a
you.
whole box of them. I got a whole box of them, brother.
You a grown man. You can drink whatever coffee you enjoy and drink it how you enjoy it. Mm. Real men drink their coffee out of a plastic cup because it holds more. You know how I know real
Real
men do
man.
that? You know how I know real men do that? Because that's the way I do it. Mm. All right.
Come on,
Let's
man.
hit a couple commercials and we'll be right back. We're going to
Yes,
do so.
yes, Tarman, on the hill, on the hill. Definite connection here. Definite. You are correct. This is wild. I didn't know you knew that them, but I had talked to her. I called her. I met the other one in her home. She lived up here. I mean, only about 2 or 3 streets over from me. And but I talked to her. She told me exactly where she lived. So take that, Roberto.
Well, I'll go get the pot and mix it up like I want it in the pot. Bring it in here. Sorry, man.
All
You had
right,
my
let's
best
turn a
this morning.
couple.
Where you at? Don't do it. All right.
He flows both ways. He likes to see us get fired up. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is? So what you're saying is,
The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing. And we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item. And it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you. All right, number 2. The Southern Fried Podcast is pleased to announce our newest show called Southern Talk. We merged 2 shows called Manners and Mannerisms 101 into this new show that we felt would better fit our interest in talking all things Southern. So join us for Southern Talk, where we still cover all those manners and customs that we are known for in the South. But now we can expand the topics and reach of this show in a show called Southern Talk with Rob and Dave. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Please join us each Wednesday evening as we go live for Hump Day News, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We'll laugh a little bit. We'll tell you a little bit of sports news and other news that's going on. Each Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., join us for the SFP Hump Day News live. You're midweek, making your way through another work week. Join us, and we'll try to make you laugh a little bit and keep your day a little brighter. Hey, here at the Southern Fried Podcast, we've got a new morning show. Well, it's actually the same show, but we added a day. We're now on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 6 a.m., and we go till about 7, maybe a little after if we're having a really good show and we just want to keep it going for a few minutes, but it's usually about 6 to 7. We hope you join us. And as our tagline says, nobody really wants to get up, but since you're up, grab a cup of coffee and join us. Hopefully we can get you started on your day talking about a little bit of sports or news, have a little laughter. Everybody needs that in the morning along with that caffeine. And hey, we're trying to get you awake. You might be trying to get us awake. So join in the chat. Let us know what's going on. Sometimes our best programs are from the chats that people tell us some things that are going on or remind us of some things or correct us on some things. Hey, all the above. We hope you join us on the Southern Fried Podcast morning show, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Have a great day in Dixie, and God bless. And we're back. And so is Rob. Rob's
right,
playing with the screen.
shake
We're
that
lagging
Monday
bad,
off.
at least
Let's
I
get
am, and
on to
it's taking
something
a minute.
fun here. Shake off that Monday off, you
Mon-
boots and your shoes. Be loud, proud. Monday's almost done. Oh, we got comments. What? Excuse me.
We're having a side conversation over here about
Oh, I see that.
some family connection here. So,
Oh, so you and
well, it's
Charmin are
okay,
related?
man. That's no, we're not related. Well, we are. We are absolutely blood relative.
Yeah. All the way back to
Absolutely.
Adam? You think about it, we
Well,
all
we
are.
go to Jesus. 'Cause
That's right.
we are the well, yeah, we are. But
Mm.
we are in the family for sure
Yeah.
through Jesus.
Amen to
So
that.
awesome.
All right, let's learn some of this.
Well, as I said,
I'm ready.
etiquette, dining
Yeah.
etiquette. Well, there's a lot of ways, and I don't want to go down every pathway, but there are some out away etiquette, and there's at home etiquette or in someone's home. I'm going to give you we're going to go through a top 10, but to do that, it requires me to kind of go through some other ones, and people can comment or they can just talk about. You can answer the questions, and we'll have fun with it of whether you agree with it or not. Or let me get all situated
Well,
here
we've
so
got
I can
Tire
see it
Man
without having
and
to
a whole
strain my
bunch.
neck to look at it.
We got Tire Man and we got a whole bunch of
I
people
step.
in here on X that I'm sure can keep us straight. Yeah. So
Well,
all
I don't
you
know if
X
anybody
people
can
out
keep
there,
us
we're
straight,
glad
but
to see you. Y'all jump right on in here.
they can definitely correct us because sometimes we do get wrong.
You
All
consider
right,
Dave Step
this is
cousin, me and
interesting,
you
and so let's.
step identical twins, so you can be this good looking too, right, Tire Man? Mm.
He, he, he considers you a cryptid.
Did you bring up
Cousin
cryptid again?
Gail.
Did you bring up the cryptid?
I did. I
What
did.
about
Go
Cobra
there.
Day? The Chupacabra.
I denounce it 150%.
The Chupacabra Day.
All right. Let's talk about the reception, the social hour. So if you're in these in the social hour, this is before dinner. You ought to keep at least one hand free. If you're standing, have only a drink or food in one hand, never both. Hold a drink in your left hand so that you have a dry hand to offer a firm, not crushing handshake.
All right. Number
I
one,
think we've
whoever
already
wrote that,
blowed up Robert's dining etiquette.
let me go ahead and fire up now. Whoever wrote that ain't from South Georgia. I guarantee you they're not from South Georgia.
Well, they might be some of them Yankees that come into Thomasville, okay? So the hoity-toity
Okay.
crowd.
Well, the firm handshake,
You
I agree with. I agree with the firm handshake, but that's why we wear pants in South Georgia. If our hand's wet, we wipe it on our pants, then we shake hands. That way they have a dry hand. And besides, if you're outside, it's so hot. You've got, oh yeah, the Rugara. Uh, you've got sweat running everywhere in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's probably raining, so you're inside and it's hot because everything's going in the kitchen. You're going to be sweating in South Georgia. That's why you wear pants. You wipe your hand off. You get used to it. It's sweaty, so you wipe your hand off and then you shake hands. Go on.
Are you done?
Yeah.
You can eat and drink while sitting, but it is always better to stand and greet. So don't be sitting on your little chair. You got to get up and greet people while you're eating. Make good eye contact. I didn't say stare
Who
them
do that?
down, but make good eye contact.
Yeah. Now this is during the
If you
social hour.
approach two people that are in deep conversation, this is the social hour. This is
Okay.
the social hour. Make good eye contact. So don't be avoiding people with your eyes, staring at the floor and the ceiling and the fireplace or whatever, Yeah, I wouldn't have that look. I wouldn't have that look. You probably kill the social hour. Without a doubt. You just killed the social hour with that look. If two people
Go
are in
ahead.
deep conversation, avoid approaching. Wait until there's a break in the conversation and you can introduce yourself. Look for visual cues to join the conversation. So if they kind of give you a little look, I guess they're wanting you to come in. If not, stay away.
So
So don't just barge in like a bull in a china shop, like we say here in the South. You got to have your social graces,
okay.
and you don't go,
I'm trying to picture.
Hey, did you see that Braves game the other night?
Oh, okay. Because that wasn't what I was picturing the way you said that. Look for visual cues on joining the conversation. Be like this. A visual cue would be like, possibly, you know.
No, no. I just want to know: are you saying that they have that's the visual cue that they gave you, or you gave them?
I'm
I want to
saying
be
that's
sure
what
I'm
they give
clear about
you. They
this,
would be
Rob.
giving me that. It'd be like over at
That's
Thomasville.
what they give you.
They'd be like, and I'd be like, you ain't talking about nothing I
If
won't be a
I
part of.
if I see that, yeah, if I see that visual cue, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
changing. I'm going to the other side of the room. I'll go back and sit down and eat and drink.
I'm going for another social hour somewhere else. All right, go ahead.
Ask people questions about themselves and the work they do. This is, you shouldn't have a problem with this one.
No,
You know, where you from? What kind of work you do? That's socially acceptable, Rob.
that is.
Okay, we good? We good on that one?
We're
Okay.
good on that one.
Always offer your contact information and know when it's time to go. So don't linger. Don't meander. Don't become a pain where they're like, is this guy ever going to leave?
Now,
I mean, if all the
now,
lights are going out in the house and you should have done been gone.
okay. Here's my thing now. All right. Number one, we're still in the social hour. You're not supposed to leave till after you eat, right?
Well, you shouldn't.
So if you have to know when it's time to leave, you got to make a stroll through the kitchen and see if they've got enough food for everybody. If they don't got enough food for everybody, you just automatically figured that they didn't really intend on you to stay, and you go ahead and make your
I don't think you're supposed
excuses.
to go. I don't think you're supposed to be going to the kitchen, brother. If you're the guest, I mean,
Well,
I think that would be a
okay.
faux pas. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that.
Now look, I'm a
All right,
cook.
let's talk about setting down arrival.
I'm a cook. I'm gonna go through the kitchen. I like to cook, and I'm gonna see. I may get the lady of the house or whatever, and if she's available, hey, let's go see what you're cooking. I want to see how you're doing it. If you're willing, and
Dude,
see how they.
dude,
So
dude,
I say you go.
you don't call out the dude's wife and say, "Let's go to the kitchen." I mean, come on, man.
Well, in a nice way.
No,
Hmm.
they want you to stay out and do the talking. They'll take care of that. That's not socially acceptable. Come on, man. All right, arrive on time and call ahead if you know you'll be late. So don't be coming in on two wheels. 5 minutes late. Yeah, old women would run you out of the kitchen. You're right, Tar Man. You might get a crack on the head. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Saying old women, I would say there are women who would do that. Get out of my kitchen. That was a big no-no.
Uh,
Not if you talk right to them. Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
All
You
right,
talk
talking
about
about the
how good
table.
they cook. You talk about how good they cook, and especially if you're being honest and sincere about it. You ask, oh, please, you got to let me know how you do this. How did y'all prepare? This is wonderful.
Yeah, but that don't mean
That they
you go
prepare.
back to the kitchen, man. That don't mean you go back to the kitchen. Yeah, old times. I got you. You don't go back to the kitchen though. Let me go check out your kitchen. I'm gonna see how you did this. You don't do that.
But
Come on, man. Come on,
in
bro.
our time frame down here, everybody has these open floor designs. Okay, and the kitchen is not separate from the dining room anymore. It's a part of it. They may have a bar and some cabinets over in a cooking area right there. And that's what I grew up with. Everybody I know's got an open design like that. So if you're talking or whatever, it's not a big deal. You're not like going into the dungeons to the kitchen. It's part of the open floor plan. It's a lot more. It's it may not be 100% socially acceptable, but you're not asking to go back to the dungeons to see how they cook. Does that make sense?
I don't think we ever suggested a dungeon, but I still think that's a no go. You don't go to the kitchen. You just leave that alone. Unless you're invited in, and they're not going to invite you in. You're supposed to be out there, you know, talking to other guests. The husband be entertaining,
Okay. I
or
go
other
along
people
with
that
that
were
too,
there.
right
They don't want you back there in the kitchen.
there. Okay.
All right. Do not place any bags, purses, sunglasses, cell phones, or briefcases on the table. So today, especially the cell phone, not supposed to be on the table, dude.
I think cell
Not
phones should
supposed to
actually
be on the
be
table.
turned off. You're not there to talk on your cell phone. You're there for a social gathering. You know, turn your
Oh,
ringer
I agree.
down, leave it
But
on vibrate.
how
Nothing
often is that
important
one
comes
wrong?
through. Yeah. But other than that, leave it off. It's not going to kill you to be without your cell phone for an hour or two. Leave it on vibrate so somebody can, contact you if it's an emergency. But
On vibrate, but not on the table where
yeah,
it's
in
going.
your pocket on vibrate. Yeah, yeah, that would be bad.
And I would say don't be pulling your phone out every 2 minutes checking to see if you got a message. It
Right.
should be left alone unless there's. And honestly, you should let people know like I'm going to be unless it's an emergency. I'm going to be at this dinner. Don't call or don't leave me a message. I'll get to you when I get out. I've
Yeah.
done that.
Leave me a text.
Uh,
And that
have
and that's
have
good
proper
manners too.
posture,
Yeah.
which mean not slouched over or all laid
Oh,
back with your foot propped up. Proper
unless you're on
posture,
the front
elbows
porch.
off the table. Everybody remembers that one. Elbows off the table. Now you revolted against that one this morning. We're gonna
What
come
is the
back to
whole
that, but
elbows off the table? Look
there,
here.
you know,
What they're saying, I think, is don't sit too close to the table. Okay. Because if you sit there, sit up straight there where you're at and put your hands out like you're at a dinner table. And this gives you room to function and operate all of your utensils correctly without elbowing the guy next to you or the woman next to you. Sit back from the table a little bit because if you sit up too close to the table, you can't hardly help but to get your elbows on there, you know. But and then you're having to raise
well, how
up.
far back?
You're not slamming into the table. I'm thinking this has something to do with it.
Well, maybe to a degree, but how far back you gonna sit? Far enough back that you're leaving a trail of food as it travels to your mouth.
Well, if you're leaving a trail of food, you're taking too big of a bite. Your utensils are made for a proper sized bite. If you don't incorporate a proper sized bite, yeah, you're going to be dropping stuff everywhere. You're not supposed to be eating like a pig. It's a
So,
social gathering. Come on now, work with me. And let me
I'm
put
saying,
this
I'm
out
thinking
there.
of you, brother, because I kind of think you're eating like Jeff Bodine. I mean,
And I'm gonna put
we're
this
gonna
out
get to
there.
that.
I'm gonna put this
Put it
out
out
there.
there.
Fried chicken. It was made to be eaten by hand. Okay, you pick it up with your hands and you eat it. All right. This does not mean you have to take a 3-gallon bite. A small bite is acceptable. But chicken that's been fried has a crust, if it's done right, oh my gosh, has a nice flaky crust on it. Oh, golden brown. And when you bite into it, those crumbs go everywhere. So you can't really sit back and do that. You're going to lean forward over your plate and take your bite of chicken. That way the crumbs fall into the plate. And when you take that bite of chicken, guess what? Your elbows are going to be on the table. Sorry, it's just the way it's going to be.
You mean you don't know how to eat chicken without doing it like that? Like laying it all over the place, you don't know how to do that? You don't have to eat it with two hands. You can cut it. You can take a fork and knife and cut it.
Do it. What? Do what?
So yeah, you're just going to be like a barbarian and eat. We ain't done, man. Hang on to that thought about your fried chicken, bro.
Okay.
We ain't done. All right, here's where you're gonna get in trouble, Rob.
Okay.
When presented with a variety, do what? When presented with a variety of eating utensils, remember the guideline to start at the outside and work your way in. For example, if you have 2 forks, this might be a problem for you, Rob, because I don't think you're used to 2 forks. I think you're used to 1. Begin with a fork on the outside.
That's for your salad.
Well, no, there could be another fork, brother. If there's seafood on the table, there'll be another fork. Yeah. So there'll be 3.
Yeah.
Or, and you're supposed to be the seafood expert here. You're supposed to know that.
Finger food.
So outside in.
Okay.
We're not going to get into where it all sits. There's a proper table setting for all that. We're not going to go there because that requires a visual. Let's go to the napkin because I got a feeling, Rob. You like pulling up and tucking that napkin in there and having it draped over you like a sheet. Down. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, you tell me about the napkin. Tell me about the napkin, and then I'll tell you what's proper. Let's see where you go with this. The
napkin should be placed across the lap. And if you need to use it, you use it and you put it back. Now, what is the hoity-toity guy say?
Typically, you want to put your napkin on your lap, fold it in half with a fold towards your waist. I didn't hear you say that.
Well, hell no, you didn't.
Soon after sitting down at the table, but follow the host's lead. So when the host moves the napkin, you better follow suit. That's one of those visual cues, Rob. And it does involve a wink and a kiss or whatever you had going on there. The napkin should remain on your lap throughout the entire meal. Place your napkin on your chair or to the left of your plate if you leave the table as a signal to the server that you will be returning. When the host places their napkin on the table, this signifies the end of the meal. You should then place your napkin on the table as well. So when they're done, brother, you better be done.
Oh, dude, I ain't going to no skinny person's house to eat. I guarantee you that.
Look at this comment. Look at Tarman's comment. Dude. For some reason, the Blues Brothers just popped in my head. I mean, Tarman out to eat, Okay.
Hey.
If this is an out.
Tarman, paper towels count as a napkin. Fold it in half with the seam facing towards you and leave it in your lap until the meal's over. Don't matter how nasty your face gets. Leave it in your lap till the meal's over. And then wipe your face off and put it to the left of your plate, the paper towel, so the server knows that you have completed your meal.
the quicker picker upper. I mean, so it's bounty, the
Picker upper.
bounty
Heck, you
towel.
better get some
So,
brownie.
all right, let's talk for a minute about let's talk. We're gonna get to during the meal, the eating part, in just a second. But let's say you're out to eat with your host. Let's say it's out at a place, and you're their guest out. Do not order the most expensive item from the menu, appetizers, or dessert unless your host encourages you to do so. While it is best not to order alcohol, even if the interviewer does, which be the host, if consumed, should be in moderation. So don't get waxed. You're cracking me up.
It never made it.
Now listen, Rob. Avoid ordering items that are messy or difficult to eat, like spaghetti or French onion soup, because then you're gonna be sloppy with it, and you're gonna have sauce all over your mouth, dripping off your chin.
Now,
And yes, we do remember this one. Wait for everyone to.
Whoa. If you go to an Italian place, it's going to be messy. If you go to a seafood place, it's going to be messy. You go to a fried chicken place, it's going to be messy. So what you're saying is when we go on social outings, there are only particular places that we can go.
And
Correct.
particular foods in those particular places. Correct. We ain't got to the good part yet. This is all just preparatory to the best part here. Preparatory.
Okay.
So
that's my thing exactly.
Put that comment up.
That's my thing exactly. Just pick the cup of soup up and what's wrong with that? It doesn't make a mess. It keeps your elbows off the table. Everything. You don't have to be sloppy with it. Just what's wrong with that?
I gotta say, have you ever been out to eat with somebody? I gotta throw this one in here first. That picked up the plate and licked the plate.
I've never been out to eat with Cook.
Someone we know and love did that once. I said, "Stop that. What are you doing?"
Would you do it at home?
No, this is out to eat. Would I do it at home? Lick the plate?
Yeah.
No, I'd never do that.
If it was good enough, I would.
No, that's what bread's for, to sop up
But then it dilutes
the
flavor.
juices and stuff. We'll come back. We'll wait for everyone to be served before beginning to eat, unless the host encourages you to do so. So don't just start chomping down on food if you're the first one that gets their plate brought to the table. Wait on the rest of the food to arrive, unless the host goes, "Hey, y'all go ahead and eat. It's fine." So you got to wait, Rob. Just because they put some ribs out on the table don't mean you can just tear in.
What if everybody else is just dragging around and you're starving, and now your food's going to be cold? Just throwing it out there. Cold food.
You got to wait. This one. Hold up your pinky when you put the bottom.
I don't even know if I can do this. You have to hold both of them up, Power Man, or just one? You can hold both of them up.
I just go ahead and pray the tear.
Amen, Power Man. You got this. We thinking the same on this.
Hold on. During the meal, let's get to during the meal. You can just make comments, and there's a top 10 that sort of goes along with it. Okay, Rob. This might be hard for you. During the meal, number 1, eat slowly and cut only a few small bites of your meal at a time. So don't cut up the whole steak over here like you're a sawmill cutting up the whole, and eat slowly.
Okay.
How about this one? And tell me you don't see this when you go out to eat, man. chew chew with your mouth closed and do not talk with food in your mouth. Oh yeah, go down to the local buffet and tell me how often you see this one blown out of the water. Food coming out as projectiles. Oh man, you're killing me.
I can't do it. Yeah. I try to take counterpoint to you on some things, but on this one right here, it just ain't no way. That has got to be one of the grossest things ever for someone to be talking to you and you feel food particles hitting your face. I mean, come on. It's like he's pre-chewing your food for you. Stop it. Close your mouth. You're like, oh, mashed potatoes? I don't know, dude. That's just wrong. That's got to be one
Have
of
you
the
seen that out when
grossest
you went out to eat?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, of course you have. There's people that do that. All right.
Usually,
Fast
here's
food
the thing.
items.
When they do that, they're trying to keep, a lot of them have manners and they know not to talk with food in their mouth, but something has got their attention. They're being very adamant about it and they're being very expressive, which means the food will usually go further when they have this big bite of food in their mouth, like their youngins there. And their youngins fixing to doink a ice cream cone on the waitress's head when they bend down to help them. They're like, no! And this food goes, not necessarily their fault. I mean, I'd have to say no.
Hey, Rob, some people have figured out how to help in this matter since they have to talk while they're eating. They just do this. They put their hand in front of their mouth so you can't see the food.
That don't work because what happens is the kids doink this ice cream cone on the waitress's head if she bends over to help them. Okay? You're not going after this kid like, oh, no, you're not doing this number, Dave. You're not going, no, don't do it. You're going after that cone with two hands.
Okay.
Just throwing it out there.
Moving along. Pass food items to the right, such as bread or salad dressings. If you are the individual starting the passing, now this is a rule here now, think about it. If you're the one that starts this, let's use the example of bread basket. First, offer the person on your left, then take some for yourself, then pass to the right. So you got to get this thing right. Don't go the wrong way, but you got to get that person on your left first, then yourself, and then go to the right. Don't be throwing the bread across the table.
Look here. Why have we got rules for passing to the right if we got to start on our left?
Well, you only have to if you're the person that's starting the passing.
Yeah. Well, why not
if it's going to you, if it's coming to you, because it's etiquette to offer the person on your left.
What if I've already picked out the piece that I want, and the person on the left goes to grab that piece? Can I slap their hand?
No, this is all about serving. You got to give it up. So don't be eyeballing that piece of bread you want or whatever it is. You got to let, if they grab it, it's too bad.
Yeah, I do. Pass me a handful of taters. And we're going to hope he's talking about French fries and not mashed taters.
I would hope so. Oh my goodness, y'all killing me.
Really going to be a mess.
All right. Pass the salt and pepper together. Don't be doing them separately. The salt and pepper together, one in each hand. One in each hand. If someone has asked you to pass these items, you should not pause to use them. Oh, yeah. So hold on a second. Let me get mine seasoned up here. No, you got to pass them on and wait for them to come back.
If somebody's asked for them. No, I'm not waiting for them to come back. They may not come back. And I ain't passing them two-handed either. I'm going to say, here's the salt, here's the pepper. In one hand together, maybe.
How many people Just grab them. Just grab them like this and pass them along.
Okay.
All right. Taste your food before seasoning it.
Why?
Don't assume that it's not seasoned correctly. Taste it first. Then, if you need seasoning, you can do that.
Tire man, you're killing me. Dave,
I sent it to you.
I like Tire Man's playing the best.
Strong.
Go in strong. Oh, Tire Man, I love it. I love it. Uh,
I'll get it.
so, if I've got all this right, basically,
We're not
you.
done. We're not
We're
done.
not done. Oh my gosh! All right, let's keep on going.
We're not done. Hold on.
All right, let's
Hold
hear it.
on. All right, taste your food. Taste your food before seasoning it. Do not use excess. This is right. I thought of you when I saw this today. Do not use excessive amounts of sweeteners. No more than 2 packets per meal is the rule of thumb. Don't be up there shaking a whole bunch of them, tearing them open and pouring them down into your big old glass of unsweet tea. Got that big old spoon in there stirring around. 2, brother. 2.
All right,
whole
let me air
meal.
this out.
The
Let
whole
me air
meal.
this out right now. Number one, if they've got unsweet tea, I'm not going to be there anyway. Number two, if I get there and they fool me and they serve me unsweet tea, I'll use as much sweetener as necessary to get my tea to the proper level of diabetic consumption. Amen, Tire Man. And I'd already be mad because they were serving unsweet tea.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
Okay.
Bread should be eaten by tearing it into small pieces, buttering only a few bites at a time. Do not cut bread with knife or eat whole. Don't be grabbing up that big old roll, slapping some butter on it, and tearing into it. Small pieces, brother, and just put a little bit on there, as you go.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Let me explain this to you. That's what that second spoon is for. Everybody thinks that's for soup. That big spoon. You go up to your butter and you hook you off with that spoon, hook you off a hunk of that butter and slam it on that roll, or tear the roll apart and put it on the inside, rake it off with your thumb so it's all in there nice and warm. It gets all melty. And then when you bite into that roll, that butter just kind of oozes down your chin. Oh, that's perfect. That's divine.
You're not being invited back to the hoity-toity gatherings, Rob. I'm telling you right now.
If they're going to serve unsweet tea, I don't want to go anyway.
Well, you can. Sweetener could be for other things besides tea.
It could be for coffee. And if
All
they
right,
only if they're only going to serve such a small amount of coffee at the end, that 2 packs are going to get me through. Okay. There you go, Tire Man. There you go.
Gently stir.
That works for corn on
Gently
the cob.
stir your soup to cool it. Yeah, they didn't even cover that. Gently stir your soup to cool it instead of blowing. Don't be making them slurping sounds. You gently stir the soup, and you spoon your soup away from you. Don't be, away from you. Away from you. I guess it would be this way. Away from you.
Okay.
Here's another one. I've never heard of this. You do not have to clean your plate. In fact, it is polite to leave some food on your plate.
Why is that polite? Why is it polite to leave food on your plate?
That's the rules, brother.
They starving children out there that would love to
So
have that little bit of food, huh? That goes against everything
see,
Mama said.
that was Pat. Well, Mama said that throughout the South, and they did, and that and so kids today are messed up. They think they have to eat everything, even when they're full. They need to be taught moderation in food, put on the plate, and instead of trying to, force it all down. And now we got all these folks overweight.
Okay, huff and puff
I
until the
think that
soup comes out.
to not be a
Now, Tom,
to
I
not
got a
be a
hat.
pig, I guess is the thing.
When you're huffing and puffing on your soup until the soup comes out, does that mean it's cool enough to where you've gotten a sip and you're still huffing and puffing on it, but it's come out your nose? Because I can see me doing that. I can see that happen. It would embarrass the snot out of me, but I can see it happening.
All right, let's get to this. I want to do this top 10 as well. That sort of goes along with that, but we had to cover this first. All right, there is the continental and the European style of cutting your food. You can cut your food with the right hand and using the left hand to hold the food while cutting when eating. Or you can do the American style, cutting the food with the right hand and holding the food with the left, and switching hands to eat with the right hand. So there's your continental or European style or your
Okay.
American style.
Okay.
Now, when we get over to the top 10, there's something here that I know you're gonna explode on. I believe that. I really
Okay.
do.
Okay.
All
I'm
right,
not right.
when you have finished, leave your plate in the same position. Do not push your plates aside or stack them, my friend. A lot of people do that.
These people obviously do not come from a big family or are used to serving a lot of people. Because I promise you one thing, in my house, growing up, they'd be like, stack them plates up and get them down here so we get them washed. I'm just saying.
All right, lay your fork and knife diagonally across the plate, side by side, pointing at 10 and 4 on the clock face. This signifies to the waitstaff that you have finished. That way they don't come get your plate till you're ready.
Uh, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't ever see that many clocks in restaurants.
No, it's a visual on the plate, bro. 10 and 4. All right. The person who initiates the meal generally pays and tips appropriately, 15% for moderate service, 20% for excellent service. Always remember to thank your host. All right. Now,
Hey, hey, did you see Tire Man's idea on how to serve the soup? Don't cough and sneeze at the same time unless you want to spread the soup around.
all right.
Amen
In
to
the
that.
top in the top 10, run a quick ad. Run one quick ad, then we'll do this top 10. ARA, we haven't done ARA. Do that one, and we'll be right back because I want to go through this because there's something here that Robert's not going to like. He's not going to like it. I'm sure of it. Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Please join us each Wednesday evening as we go live for Hump Day News, where we talk about a little bit of everything. We'll laugh a little bit. We'll tell you a little bit of sports news and other news that's going on. Each Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., join us for the SFP Hump Day News live. You're midweek, making your way through another work week. Join us, and we'll try to make you laugh a little bit and keep your day a little brighter. Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome, sir. Now, you have etiquette on the proper way to eat old peanuts.
All right. Some of these we've covered, some we have not. Chew with your mouth closed, we've covered. Keeping your smartphone off the table, we have covered. Now, this one, number 3, we didn't quite cover. But this goes back to my statement in the beginning. Hold utensils correctly. Don't use your fork or spoon like a shovel or stab your food.
Look,
So Tar Man, not grabbing that spoon and shoveling, not supposed to do that, or stab at your food.
now, look, if your food's rare or properly rare, it's going to be moving a little bit anyway. You got to do a quick stab at it so you can get it on the fork.
Also, how do you hold your fork or your spoon?
With my hand.
How? That's the question. How?
Well,
Okay. And how many people you see grab it this way?
yeah, that's look. It just
Also,
terrifies me when I see someone grab an eating utensil like that, especially a knife.
Also, have you taken your fork to cut your meat instead of using the knife?
Yes.
That,
You
that's
can cut good meat like that.
that's considered faux pas, man. Come on, you can't do that.
Yes, you can.
All right. Wash up and come to the table clean. Don't groom or attend to hygiene at the table. So I guess all these people pouring about 3 gallons of.
Now wait a minute. No. Hi, chick bait. Good to see you tonight.
Oh, it's good to see you, chick bait.
Look here. Let me explain this to you now. Okay.
I wish you would.
Groom or do hygiene at the table. What do you do? Like, say you and I are sitting at the table and one of us has sneezed, God forbid, and there's a little wiggly hanging there. It's got to be addressed. So you say, hey, and the other person goes, and they take care of it. That's hygiene, dude.
Robert, nice people don't sneeze at the table.
When you got to sneeze, you got to sneeze. Just saying.
Maybe you could excuse yourself. You're not supposed to do hygiene at the table.
Oh yeah, then everybody else can see the dangling.
Don't comb your mustache. Don't be picking at your ears.
Well, if your ear itches,
That's what it says. This is proper eating. All right. This one says to remember to use your napkin. So don't leave dressings and sauce all around your mouth and continue to eat and talk to people like that.
oh, horse hooky.
I've
Well,
seen
no,
this
you
too.
said it with proper etiquette. was to leave it folded in your lap for the whole meal. Now you're saying you got to use the thing. Huh. Yeah, they've got to make up their minds.
Wait, wait until you're done chewing to sip or swallow a drink. Look at Cook's. Look at
Hey,
Cook's
Cook,
comment. You knew he had to come in on this one.
Oh, Cook's got this.
So you got to wait till you're done chewing instead of slurping that drink down while you're talking and food is falling out. You see, it all goes together. Now it all makes sense.
Look.
Oh man.
Amen, Chick Bait. Yes. Thank you, Tire Man.
All right, here's another one for you. It's not a race, man. Pace yourself with fellow diners. Don't. It's not a race to the finish line. I've known people that I don't know, and they never stopped talking, but somehow they got finished eating before everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you mean it's not a race?
Oh, this is a big one. My sister. Oh yeah, smacking your lips for no reason. Chomping. My sister would say chomping.
Mm.
Cut only one piece of food at a time. Again, this goes back to the other one. So don't be lining them up like a little infantry group.
I'm with you, Cook. Go. Eat. Okay.
I want to go back to the elbows for a second. We're almost done. I want to go back to the elbows for a second. Avoid slouching. That was the proper positioning, proper. And don't place your elbows on the table while eating, though it is okay to prop your elbows on the table while conversing between courses. And always has been. So if there's no food, if it's in between, we've done the salad, it's cleared away. It's okay to do that, just not while the food is on the table. Oh, yeah, talking with your mouth full. I tried to tell him, Chickbait. I tried to tell him.
Who?
Yeah.
Who, me? I got problems with
Tire Man, you're killing me tonight.
Don't get me started on that.
Burping shows respect for the cook.
Absolutely, if you're in Japan.
What does Japan have to do with it?
It's proper etiquette to burp and slurp in Japan. I'm a world traveler.
There is no way that's an accurate statement. There is no way that you're supposed to burp. He's going to look it up. But Chickmate does say that in other cultures, slurping is a compliment in Asia, etc.
I gotta remember how to spell burping.
Chickmate's on the backing you up here. My fiance's Chinese. It's true. Okay. I think that's a whole different thing there, Tire Man. The baby would not be at the meal, though. I don't think that would be proper etiquette to have the baby at the meal if you're at a hoity-toity. That would be okay. It would be someone would be taking care of the baby.
Right. We're half right, Chickbait. According to this, in Japan, slurping your soup and noodles is quite common. While slurping is all right, smacking lips, burping, and other eating sounds are seen as poor manners.
All right, a couple more.
I must have been dealing with Southern Asians when I learned that.
Maybe. Instead of reaching across the table for something, ask for it to be passed to you. So don't be standing up and reaching through everybody's drinks and everything and trying to get something you want. Again, it goes back to the passing to the right while offering the person on your left, then yourself, then to the right. Interesting. Tastes better if you slurp it, they say. And one last thing.
Look here.
Number 10. Let me clear this one, then we can pick this apart. Bring your best self to the meal. Take part in the dinner conversation. So don't come and be a spoil sport, bad mood. Take part in the conversation. Don't be that person. Cook. Yes, pass the cornbread and taters.
Now,
there is something here to be said though, because at the old B's restaurant,
well, chick-bait, there is a thing there. If you do, you're just making room for more of their delicious food. So, basically, I think that would be like a compliment. Don't worry about it too much. Don't read too much into it. Don't do it loudly. Okay?
No.
Just require. I got
So,
this, Jay.
Okay, go ahead. I want to hear it.
This is a skill set, chick-bait. It's called. Yes, it is a compliment in my culture too. Okay, the way you do this is you lean over to talk to the person next to you. Make it think there's something important. And while you're leaned over, it'll raise that side of your butt cheek up. And you can very quietly let it go. And then you sit back and you ignore it. You act like nothing ever happened. And if anybody ever says, "What is that?" and you look at the person that you leaned over and talked to and say, "Was that you?"
Before we go to the rest of the comments, you're killing me. First of all, Robert, I don't think that you have ever quietly done that in your life.
I have. I have.
I imagine you are quite loud. These comments are killing me, man. Did you see Cooks? I've never heard. You just got a new nickname, dude.
Oh my gosh. He's got to be on here when Daniel's on here so we can have thunder cheeks and sugar britches.
I've known this man for over 30 years, and I've never heard him say that before. And I'm glad that I didn't hear that. Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. Oh, y'all are awesome.
No, this one. That could lead some interesting dinner conversation there. Look, I'm South Georgia, awfully close to Alabama now. How close cousins are these that you're talking about here? Because sometimes it could be okay.
There he goes again. State of Alabama. There he goes again.
Georgia, close to Alabama.
Oh my gosh.
Change things up.
Well, you definitely thrown a pivot there.
What is that? They say it ain't good enough for their own family. It ain't good enough for nobody else's.
I figure. Dude, I got to stop right here. And I got to say, he can kill me later. But I have it on good authority that, what did he call himself? Thunder Cheeks?
Do what?
I have it on, what was that nickname? Thunder Cheeks? Is that sounds like the line from Rocky. What was Hulk Hogan? his, his name in that. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I have it on good authority that many years ago, in a land not too far away, that cook was asked to leave a Thanksgiving meal because he stunk the house up so bad going, going to the bathroom. He cleared, he cleared. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Unless
don't
she,
do that around your grandmother. Oh, well, wait a minute.
unless she's a cusser and she cusses first.
Right. Yeah. Proper etiquette on that is to make sure Granny cusses before you do.
So,
You can't say anything worse than what she said.
so cook, is that true? Were you asked to leave a Thanksgiving meal because you cleared the house out?
I'm waiting.
He's,
I don't
he's
see
leaving
the
us
answer.
hanging here. He's leaving us hanging. I figure you're the kind of guy, Rob, that would do it. If you did it quietly, you would do it and it would be rough and you'd blame it on somebody else.
Oh, you darn skippy. Probably the closest female to me.
Come on, man.
What?
Well, that would be your wife.
Not always. I got cousins.
You see,
Yeah. Don't man.
she, she, I think she just trumped everything we talked about. I mean, this is like she's got stories.
Uh,
Oh, by
here's
the
the
way,
thing.
Grandpa or Grandma,
Do you
did
remember when
Grandpa?
Grandpa did?
Oh, wait a minute. That's not. We can't share that story. Oh man, that sounds like a, a fun family gathering.
You know, I'm the guy that got every woman in his family a bottle of poopery at Christmas. I'm that guy.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised.
Well, I was channeling my mother. You know,
Channeling.
my mom used to tell everybody, well, we'll get everybody something like that and be like, well, if you need it and you don't have it, you'll wish you had it. You might need this. So,
Oh my goodness.
oh, we can do it. Uh,
So, of all the things we talked about, Rob,
yeah. Yes, I
yes,
said poopery.
yes, he did.
And
Of all the
yes, I
things we've
did.
covered, so apparently, of all the things that I talked about tonight of proper eating etiquette around the table, there was only two or three that you really that you didn't like any of them. There were only two or three that you agreed with. One of them was definitely don't talk with your mouth full of food.
Mhm,
Definitely, you said that's disgusting.
mhm.
So that was definite.
Yes.
Well, what was that? Was there any? That was one. I don't. Was there even more that you agreed with? You didn't agree with the way you passed the food. You didn't agree with the seasoning. You didn't agree with the sweetener.
I have been known to do that. Chick bake. I've been known to do that.
I do like your story about the Snickers bar that guy showed you.
That was hilarious. Uh, I used to work with an old curmudgeon besides Dave. And
I wasn't
sit
old then.
down and finish my bite before I tell this story. It's hard to start with just one bowl of peanut. When he walks in there, it was getting close to break time, and I was hungry anyway. Doug made about 3 comments about how hungry I was. I'd left out of the house without eating. And he comes back, and he's got this Snickers bar. And it ain't one of them little ones, it's one of them great big king-size Snickers bar. And he said, look at that. Don't that look good? You want a bite? and he licked one side of it. I mean, from the bottom to the top. And I grabbed it out of his hand. And I said, yes, I do. And I turned around and licked the other side and handed it back to him. I ain't never seen old curmudgeon so mad as I. What'd you do that for? And just hauled off, throwed it in the garbage. Said, I was getting my bite. You offered it.
I'm telling you, I think we've missed something in life, because I'm telling you, chickbait is throwing stuff out here like it's got to be a wild eating experience when you have comments like that you wouldn't even think about that. So apparently this has happened, or she's just really got them tonight.
I gotta ask this. Chickbait, where are you from? I gotta ask this. I gotta know.
She was Ohio, right? She's Ohio, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's right, Ohio. Would that be upstate? Or no, she was Cleveland, upstate. She's near Cleveland, upstate.
I'm getting a lot more respect for the state of Ohio just listening to Clickbait's comments here.
That's chickbait, not clickbait. You're Ohio from near Cleveland. Not clickbait, chickbait. Your clickbait is you.
Sorry.
Clickbait.
I'm the clickbait here at Chickbait. But I'm wanting to go to Ohio. I've been wanting to go to Cincinnati anyway. I want to tour that famous place where they made where that radio station was, WKRP.
Do they have a museum?
Oh God, I hope so.
Oh, you don't even know, but you want to go there? What are you going to do? Show up at some building, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, I want to see this building."
Hey, I showed up at a complete stranger's house one time, asked him if he wanted some baby possums.
Well, that you see this, don't you, Rob?
It's all right. I'm just clickbait.
I am clickbait. How about that? Okay. We have a
Bob Evans, that's sausage.
And Wendy started here too. I didn't know that. Okay.
You mean like the restaurant?
Okay. We got a quick. We got a question here. We got to get expert opinion. If she's had both, do you like Crystals better, or that you have that is in Ohio? Because I know there's one in Columbus. What's the name of it? The northern version of Crystal? I forget. What is it called?
Castle.
White Castle. Yes. Have you had both? And if you have, which do you prefer? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah. I have had both. I have had White Castle one time in Columbus, Ohio. Popeyes is king.
But you know, my uncle went to Popeyes. Was it Popeyes? Yeah, not too long ago, and got a 2-piece chicken meal. Came with 2 drumsticks, 3 tater logs, and a drink. Over $10.
Oh, they high. They high.
They're good, but they high.
They are higher. Cook's not crazy about Popeyes. That shocks me, actually. I figured Cook could go anywhere and be like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, I bet he didn't say he wouldn't go there. He said he's not crazy about it.
Yeah, I'm not big on the hot sauce.
Now, I will throw this out there. Taco Bell has some good hot sauces to me. And I'm not about how hot it is. I don't care how hot it is. I'm after the flavor. I love the flavor of good hot sauce. Now, their fire sauce is good. I like the flavor on that. They got one that's supposed to be hotter than that, and all it tastes like is pure cayenne pepper. It don't taste good.
Okay, Tar Man, what makes yours the best? It's a homemade cheeseburger. We got hamburger meat and cheese. There must be a special ingredient. I'm not saying it's not. I just want to know what makes it the best. Diablo.
Yes, that Diablo does not taste good to me. Oh, all right. Let's hear your burger question. I'm pretty good on
Yeah,
meat
let's
questions.
go. We're all pretty good consumers of burgers. A burger question. This ought to be good. We're gonna have to get unless she's camera shy. We're going to have to get Chick Bait to come in here one night on the Mama Said. She's got game.
When you
When
make a
you make
homemade burger, grilling or with oven, do you make them flat or round and flat? Okay, I actually have an answer for this question.
all right,
That is depending on uh, how well you want your hamburger cooked. If you want it cooked well done, flatten that sucker out. It'll cook quickly from both sides. It'll get it well done in the middle. If you want it, the thicker you make it, the more rare it's going to be in the middle. So it has to determine on how well done you want your hamburger. In my personal opinion, I like mine not well done, but I do cook my hamburger a little bit more done than other meats. Uh, so I like my hamburger patties. I don't know if you see that. What is that? A 3/4 of an inch to an inch. That's the way I
that's,
like it. If not, what happens is you have to cook them for so long that I like mine not too well done. Yeah, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Um, and that'll keep it, to the south side of, just to the north side of rare. Yeah.
like,
Uh,
well, you
so
want the juices to remain there. I like a little. I don't want it too thick, but I do like a little thickness to it. We have
now,
hey Chick Bait. Can you do that next Monday night? We have us someone who's going to come on down, or if not, the next Monday. We'd love to have you come up.
1/3
Third of a
pound,
pound.
pretty big hamburger there,
Look
Tommy.
at yeah, it is. Cook. I cook mine and only flip one time. I think in the restaurants they turned them. They don't flip them but one time, but they turned them to get that pattern right. They turn them. Is that what they do? And they flip them one time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Either
Chick
way,
Bait. We'll reach
we'll find
out.
you on YouTube. Um,
We'd love to have you. Mama said
uh,
should have somebody, a female, besides Robin address, given another point here. So we'd love to have you. You've been great. I say that with all due
don't
respect.
you
You've been
let him. Don't,
a lot of fun.
don't you let him think that. I ain't never worn a dress. Well, I can't say that either.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll
Once in my life, I wore a
Rob will
dress.
get that to you.
Hey, I was in a play, and I had to play a guy playing pretend like he was a female. But anyway, it was in high school. It was a long time ago. I did not enjoy it. Teachers had way more fun with it than I did.
We'd love to have you. Absolutely. Is that can we all wear a dress? Is that like a Mama Said challenge? Like
Wear a dress. I'll tell you that now.
Tar Man for,
It makes
for the
my
guy
blood.
that's been throwing all this stuff out. He said TMI.
What? I just said I didn't enjoy wearing the dress. It was kind of, one of those things.
Oh my gosh.
The bad thing was, I was in high school. It was a high school play, okay? And the name of the play was Here Come the Brides. And I got stuck wearing this dress. And
You
I
got
did the
stuck
play
wearing
at
the
the high
dress.
school. The whole football team was sitting on the front row.
You might need to stop right. This thing's going down a bad road right here. This sounds like the start of a bad story.
It is. It was horrible. I was traumatized. I had on shorts underneath it, and I was sitting on the little couch, whatever, like a guy does. You know, there ain't nobody give me no coaching on this, so I sat down there just like a guy does. Then later on the football team, they was like, dude, what color panties did you have on? What were you looking for?
What was the name of this play?
Here come the brides. I was traumatized after that. Traumatized.
You better read the comment. Oh man.
You're already here, tire man. Yeah, what about the elbows on the table, Dave?
No, it's a no-go unless it's in between the courses of the meal. According to the hoity-toity crowd, no elbows on the table unless you're in between the salad and the main course, or the soup and the salad. Stop. Oh, so weirdos. Oh man.
How did we go from
And I
dinner
thought,
etiquette to
I
a
don't know.
dress wearing challenge on Monday night?
I mean, the other weirdo. I don't know. I thought the Wednesday night show was the crazy one, but this has gotten a little wild tonight.
What fork do you use for the soup? Well, Chick, I'd have to say that it's going to depend on how much of a running start you give that soup and how rare it is. If you have to stab it, then you're in trouble. You probably want to go look for another place to eat too.
No, you're good. You're good. We love it.
You
What it is, we have our Wednesday night hump day news gets a little crazy and wild. But yeah, we just sort of changed the format on Mama Said, and now look where we're at.
Now look, I'm going to throw this out there. Every one of our shows is liable to get off track.
Well, that's true. I'm telling you, man, these I stumbled on this and wanted to just find you out. Well, we're thankful that you
Yeah.
did. We're thankful
Oh,
you did.
look,
I've always I tell Rob all the time. I say, there's a lot of people out there that would like our show somewhere. We just have to find them, or they got to find us.
yeah, but
We're the
everybody, a lot of people are like so serious nowadays, and we do
we're
cover some serious stuff, and we talk
we
about some
do
serious,
we do
but we
we
love
are the
coming on here and having fun with everybody. We
we're
don't
an
care
acquired
if
taste.
you're Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're independent. We don't care. We just on here to have fun. We want you to enjoy life, and we want to enjoy life with you. That's all it is. Well, I'm SpongeBob and he's Patrick.
No, that's Cook. Cook is come on, man. No
Okay.
way. No
Okay.
way.
Well, you're what's his name at the Krusty Krab?
Well, you say that I'm kind of crusty and grouchy and all that, so that kind of fits. What is that dude's name?
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue. What Cook will know. Cook, what's the dude that owns the restaurant that SpongeBob works at? What's his name? He knows this.
Mr.
Anybody
Krabs.
that
Mr. Krabs.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the other guy. The one that's always trying to take them down.
You mean Plankton?
Plankton. Which one am I? By the way,
now look. See, but don't be making this more hard than it has to be. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine how hard, you'd get your elbows clamped by the claws and everything.
That's it. Wants the secret recipe. Yes. Squidward.
Squidward.
Yes.
He's not
yes.
trying to put him down, but yeah, we do need Squidward. We definitely need a Squidward. I think Chris would make a good Squidward.
He might. Well, that's Cook. There's no doubt. Anybody that can sing the Barney song like him, he's definitely Patrick. Do you know that? Do you know who the voice is of Patrick?
No.
Do you know what other show he played in?
No.
I want to be your Squidward. Dauber from Coach.
Oh.
Think about it. Listen to his voice, and it clicks, man. I didn't know that for a long time. Yeah, Coach. There you go, Cook.
Hey, Chickbait, you've never heard Cook sing, have you? Go ahead, Dave. Play it for us so you can hear him sing.
Well, we left it in there so we could.
Hi, this is Roy Cook. A friend of mine, Dave Cordell, asked me to do a song for Robert Blevins. He's in the Southern Fried Podcast, Cornbread Nation, and it's the Barney song. So I'm going to do the Barney song. I love you, you love me, we're a happy family, with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say I love you too? Well, there you go, Dave. The Barney song. For you and Robert. It is for Robert. Robert Blevins on the Southern Fried Podcast. Cornbread Nation. There you go, Robert. Have a great day, bro.
Kills me every time, man. The whole kiss thing.
I love him. But ooh.
By the way, Cook, we have a challenge. I don't know if you know this. We need somebody. What's that song? Chicken Fried? We need somebody to sing that and change that to Southern Fried in there. See if you can get that done, man. I want that for TikTok, man. We're gonna blast that one. And you are the guy to do it. I know you can do this. Man got game. He's talented.
Dave, cover for me just a second, Bubba.
Oh, you do it? All right. She's going to change it for us. Yeah, that'd be great. You folks are amazing. Y'all make this so much fun. Oh, I mean, our front porch talking, our very first front porch that we did on, well, we've done them other times, but it's on Friday night. And I'll never forget the first front porch. Rob says, "What are we going to talk about?" I said, "Whatever." And he goes, he says, "We got to have a format. We have to have a plan." I said, "The plan is it's the front porch. We talk about whatever." And he said, "I don't know how this is going to go." I said, "Trust me, bro. It's going to be fine." And we had so much fun with that first one we did. And it has been great. It's one of our favorite shows. Well, I guess we could say that about several of them, but it is probably our very favorite show is the front porch talking on Friday night. It goes a little longer. It's our first suckers. We don't need no stinking plan. Cook, are you saying that you don't like your quarterback now for Dallas? Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on, where did it go? Prescott? Not worth Prescott. Are you downing your boy for Dallas? Is that what you're doing there? I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Your Dallas Cowboys looked good. I didn't see it, but I saw the score. I did watch a lot of football. but only caught just a little bit of that game. So I was doing some other things, but I did watch a lot of the game last night while I was on. Oh, Robert got Prescott. So Browns lost. Yeah, but did you hear today the Browns? Yeah, it's been rough. I mean, did you see who they picked up today? The Browns, Kadarius Toney, the ultra talented but crazy in the head former Florida Gator that was kicked to the sideline by Kansas City. They did pick him up today. By the way, winners and losers from Saturday and Sunday. Winners and losers. Number one loser, Notre Dame. They blew it. Way to go, Notre Dame. Hey, we're going to pay you guys $1.4 million to come up here so we can wax you all over the field. They get beat by a late field goal. Way to go, Notre Dame. I love that. Could y'all do that every week? I mean, can we make that like a trend for Notre Dame to do that? I'm in. I would buy season tickets to watch that happen every week.
Dave, you got to be nice.
I'm trying.
You need some nice lessons. And I'm going to teach you some nice lessons. Starting now, you apologize to Notre Dame. You know how bad they feel for losing that game? Do you know how low? You talk about kicking somebody when they're down. Who was it that they lost to again?
NIU, Northern Illinois University. Nuts.
You apologize.
Oh, the only thing I'll apologize. No, I hate him. Chick-bait. No, since Johnny Manziel, what's his name? I mean, it's excited for the Browns. The Browns will get it together.
But
it's just 1 week.
Congratulations to Northern Illinois University. Is that who it was?
I believe that's who it was. Northern Illinois.
Congratulations. You beat a football
They're
team.
called they're the Huskies. The Huskies.
The Huskies.
Yeah.
Congratulations for beating a well-known, self-granulized football team in Notre Dame.
All right. Winner number 2, Tennessee. Let's give them props. They beat up on North Carolina State, so now obviously they're going to win the national championship. Okay, Tennessee. You're a winner this week. Let's give them their props, Rob. Come on, you can do it. Go Tennessee. A little golf clap.
Dude, if we start this now, we're never going to hear the end of it until they look. Oh my God!
You are correct, Chick-bait. You are correct. But hey, in the SEC we got Bulldogs, and then we got these low down Bulldogs. I shouldn't have said that. That's not nice. Go ahead, Rob.
I did. I gave them their prop.
Cook just says Tennessee won't win. Can we talk about the? You know what elbows are for when you're out eating? Elbows are for your wife to drill your ribs when she don't like something you've done or said. That's what elbows are for. At least in my experience. That's so your wife can stay proper. She just gives you the real quick little and you're like, okay, I did something wrong. Let me figure it out now. And you're like, what's going on? She's like, don't. See, Rob, if he was sitting there, Jen, elbow to the ribs, and she says, don't act like that. You're embarrassing me. I could see that happening.
No.
Amen.
The only time I elbow back is if we're like eating in cramped quarters and I've ordered a steak and I'm trying to cut it. And I keep elbowing her. Yeah.
This was
getting out of a bad date. All right.
Cook says he saw Lynn's face when he ordered the whole rack of ribs. Yes, I know he's talking about. Thank you, though. We were at Damon's Barbecue in Atlanta, GA. And we went, and Cook said, I don't know. Somehow we decided on barbecue. Cook really, I mean, when Cook says he wants to eat barbecue, you go eat barbecue. So we go to Damon's, and we're sitting there, and I think I got like a regular pork plate or something. Or I think I got a sandwich and fries, and Lynn about the same. And Cook, that's a good place to eat. Cook orders the whole rack of ribs. And my wife says, my God. The whole rack? This dude was shucking bones for a while, man. She sit there. It was hard for her to even eat because she was too amazed at watching Cook devour this rack of ribs.
Okay.
That is a good place. Will you quit doing that, Rob? You're doing something. I'm blaming you. I have the control. We did. But yeah, that will live in infamy. Oh, the Braves lost. That stinks. I haven't kept up. They're in this. They blew the division now with that horrible series against the Phillies. Now they're in this wild card race with the Mets. Mets lost. They won last night. Now then they lost tonight. I don't know what the Mets are doing. Texas Roadhouse is cool by the mall.
Texas Roadhouse is cool anywhere. Boneless wings.
By the way, speaking of Ohio, the coolest Texas Roadhouse that I went to had nothing to do with Texas Roadhouse. We're traveling, speaking at churches and stuff across the state, and we were up in Amish country or whatever, and we pulled up at the old Texas Roadhouse, and they had the hitching post for the horses for the Amish. And there was some hitched up or tied up there. I loved it. I thought that was the coolest thing. And we went in and they seated us pretty close to them. I ended up having a conversation with them, talking to them. It was the young crowd, the Amish young crowd. They were not as stiff as the older crowd, I think, would be. They were young. It was couples night or something. I don't know. I don't know the appropriate etiquette there, but I did talk to them.
What they may have been on their WhatsApp where they take the holiday and they run off and do their own thing, they come back or whatever.
Well, if you run off and do your own thing, you're not coming back, bro. I mean, you're either in the club or you're out of the club. You can leave. It's the opposite of the hotel.
They had a thing when they were kids before they became adults.
Oh, like this thing you go like sow your wild oats and then come back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, maybe there is this one-time thing they do, but usually if you check out, man, like you're done. Like they, go be with all your pagan friends or whatever.
Rumspringa is what it's called.
Was what called?
Which translates to jumping around in Pennsylvania German.
Jumping around. So you can do that the only reason that you even know that is because you watch Kingpin.
I did watch Kingpin, but that is not the only reason why I know about that. I also watched the Amish Mafia. Thank you.
Oh, the Amish Mafia.
I'm sorry, that was the funniest show in the world. I have a weird, twisted sense of humor. The stuff that I like to watch is way out there just because I can picture it in my mind and picture how things are going to go wrong and go bad, and I get to laughing about it. But,
They'll steal your
horses you got to worry about. They'll steal the batteries out of your car. Them little suckers, they're bad. They bad. I hate to say where the battery goes on the horse, but I just think, but it's hard to plug that sucker up.
Hey, folks, we're going to have to get off here in a minute. This has been great, but we got to go. But I will tell you this: I was at a little gas station that had a McDonald's there, like a combo thing, McDonald's and gas station, right off the interstate in Ohio. And I went in, and here comes this guy up in the buggy, and he goes in the McDonald's and he gets him a sausage biscuit or something, I wasn't expecting that. So I walk out and I'm asking him, and I said, that's true. I walked out and so I was wanting to talk to him. So, and I thought he probably had some things for sale, and I asked him if he had any Amish jelly, and he said, well, I don't, but sister or whatever he called her, Sue does. and you could get it from her. And so I asked him how to get there. So he starts giving me these directions, and I'm sorry, his directions were about as useful as your was about north central Georgia. It was really, honestly, it was about, you go past brother so and so's stump, and you take a right up that road there. And when you get to that fence, you take a left, and she's up there in the wood line. It was something like that. I'm like, hey, thanks, I really appreciate it. I hit the interstate and came home. I thought, I don't know how to follow that, but I didn't want to be rude, you know. So that was his directions. No names of nothing. Just you go to a fence, you go to a tree stump, you know, and brother so and so's place.
Past the pasture with the bull with the never mind.
That was about the way it was. Now, he was kind. Now, he was nice. I'm not making fun of him, but you know, that's if you were Amish, Rob. Well, no, he was taller than you. You couldn't have been him, but
It's not very nice.
maybe Chris.
Look, chick bait, they do have cameras. Well, what they have is an old guy that sits around and watches stuff with a pencil and a big piece of paper, and he tells us that be still, be still, so I can drop. Now you got to slow down. Now I got to get your lights just right, your eyes just right in this light, and he draws it out real quick. That's their camera.
Yes, chick bait. We're nice to all humans.
We are, except for Alabama.
They have TikTok.
I know they do. She says she has TikTok.
Oh, I have to. Well, they do have what? I know they do. I have TikTok. What? Have what? Cameras? Or don't have cameras? This comments are jumping through time, the space time continuum, and I've lost track. There are Amish people on TikTok. Okay, I didn't know that.
Is that legal for them?
Well, they might be from the other side of the Amish tracks. They might not be. You know, you gotta have that kind of people in there. Oh, by the way, I got behind this vehicle today, and there was a sticker on the back of the window. It was like a Suburban kind of thing, you know. And it was a sticker, and it said, "I am high class white trash." That was here in town, dude. I am high class white trash. I don't even know how to take that.
You know. Okay. So,
oh my gosh, this has been the best Mama Said ever in the history of our Mama Said. I got to tell you that. That's the fallen Amish.
We need to go out one day and just go shopping for bumper stickers for other people, and put it on their car and not tell them, and see how long it takes them to notice.
Oh, we appreciate you so much, and we're looking forward to next Monday. I don't know if the world can handle it, but we love it.
I think if we all went out shopping for bumper stickers and put them on, like say, on Lynn's car, you put a bumper sticker that says, "My husband is the greatest," and just put it on there. It didn't say nothing. I just went on about your business.
Have you seen the guy that has the magnet signs, and he goes and shames people for they don't take their buggy back to the holders?
Oh my gosh, I hate that. Ugh.
Yes. Have you seen that guy?
No.
He shames them. He puts it on their car. I wouldn't do that, but that's just what he does. Fancy hat. Me and Robert will wear our fancy hats too.
I wear my wig.
Oh God.
You know what's scary? I really do have one.
I know you do.
I have a dirt wig.
We appreciate you being in the chat. We appreciate you being here. Thanks, Tire Man. Thanks, Cook. Thanks, whoever. We've had quite a big group in here tonight, and it continues to grow. I hate to leave, but Fancy Hat Monday, yeah. But we do have to go. Please like, follow, subscribe, all those good things, so you make sure you get us whatever stream you're in. Thank you so much, folks. It's been a blessing. Don't forget all the vets. We're highlighting the 22 a day for 22 days, and that's the baseline. If you know somebody in your life that's suffering from PTSD, be ready to listen, encourage, let them know you care, get resources to them. And if you'll get us a name, we'll pray for them. And if you have a veteran in your life that you would like to honor, living or deceased, does not matter, get us the info, and we honor those on Saturday. We do a Veteran of the Week. So,
And one other thing that we need to throw out there and let everybody know about, if you have a veteran that has fallen and they do not have a flag case for
that's
their
right.
coffin flag, let us know. George Eastman has said that he will personally build them a glass cover flag case for that. So if you will get in touch with us, we will pass the word along to him.
Yes. And if you don't know who he is, the movie The Keeper, there was one of many years ago. It's a current movie, The Keeper, about a man suffering from PTSD, George Eshelman, going down the Appalachian Trail intending to commit suicide, and he did not. It's a great movie. Can't wait for all of y'all to see it.
It was absolutely amazing.
Yes. So The Keeper.
All right. Well, guys, we love you and we thank you for being on here. God bless you. Y'all have a great evening. And thank goodness Monday's gone.
Monday's gone. And don't forget to do the music, Rob. You blew it this morning. I don't want Jen to get on to you.
Didn't pitch that this morning.
So you got to do it right. Got to do it right.
I'm trying. Okay.
God bless you too. We'll see you Monday. We'll be back
Wednesday.
together Wednesday morning and Wednesday night. So 6 a.m. and 7 p.m.
Yep.
Join the fun.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Salute.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.